Hello and welcome to Mr. Sullivan's Flower Hour, brought to you by Tacoma Laundry. Today's tool number 8, is going to blow your mind. It's amazing. Hold on, quick sip of coffee. This tool is going to change the way you look at tools. Let me tell you what. This tool is known as it's a multi-tool, but it's a wire stripper. Okay, that's the big one. Here's another version of a wire stripper. The idea is this tool does many things when it comes to electrical wires and connecting wires to other wires. All right, you pick up what I'm putting down? You floating in my boat? Okay, here we go. So one neat thing that this does is in here, right here, it cuts. It'll cut your finger every day. Boom. Ha. Okay, it cuts. That's a beautiful thing. What else does it do, Mr. Sullivan? Well, these little holes right in here, what they do is they cut the insulation off of the wire. Oh, no, you didn't. That's right. And then you can just go boop. That's amazing. So these are known as wire strippers or insulation strippers. Okay, and again, it can cut it. Now, the beautiful thing here is that you've probably seen these before. These are little connectors. This is a union, also known as a butt connector, where it can put two pieces of wire together and connect them. Here's an example of one on one of the fire lights. Somebody's extended the line by using one of these connectors, okay? Oftentimes, these connectors have smart material, which is a heat shrinking material, where if you apply some heat to it, then it will shrink, okay? But these do require another tool. This one has one built in. It's called a crimper. And so here, there's usually 3 different colored connectors, red, blue. In fact, I'll show you the whole kit. I'm not scared. So here's a kit, and it has red connectors for the smallest wires. It has blue connectors for kind of the medium wires, and then the yellow connectors for heavier gauge, 10 to 12 gauge wire. The blue ones are for 14 to 16 gauge, and the red ones are 18 or 16 to 22 gauge. And the lower the number, the bigger the wire. The smaller the number, the higher the number, the smaller the wire. Anyhow, we'll get to that later. So this is pretty cool. So these go on. Well, so you need a tool to crimp them. And so I could use this one here, and put it right on the yellow. And then I could put my wire in, and I could crimp it. And usually got it really good. There we go. And so now it's been crimped, and this has been connected, and now I can insert this onto another wire to make it even longer, right? Okay, but there's another tool that I wanted to show you where you can put this on and to crimp it, and this is just designed to crimp these connectors, and so it does a much nicer job, and it's got kind of a ratcheting mechanism in here to apply the most force. And there it is. And so I've found that gives me a much better connector than just whatever the person's hand strength is. So wire strippers are today's tool of the day. It cuts a variety of different wire sizes. This one has them all labeled from 10 gauge. You can see the 10 gauge is a super big wire, all the way down to 20 to 22 gauge, which is much smaller. And so that is pretty cool. These are cutters up here. This is supposed to be a little wire cutter up top, and these are crimpers in here. I prefer this tool because it's also got a pair of pliers. It works really well for the solid copper wire that we use sometimes. And so there it is. Tool number 8, wire stripper. Wire strippers, which also crimp connectors. Okay, and there it is. You're going to get to use these when you get back to class. Wire strippers. wire crimpers. Yodeling, 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 yodeling.